Alright, so we're going to start off by immediately upstrong, because there's always going to be an enemy that spawns in the left platform, and then we're just going to go about our day, try to get rid of as many enemies as possible, as quick as possible, because the longer that they're out, the more like bloodlusted they become. The wave 2 is the hexes. It's pretty simple, it's just like a little bit of a platforming exercise. I've never lost a run on this. Wave 3 is to dodge the energy surges and fight. A lot of the time they'll just spawn in the middle of the stage and you can fully strong, fully charge an F smash, and they'll die immediately. Wave 4 is destroy the seeds quickly. I have lost one on here, and then that was it for that day's play session, because I was pissed. Very boring round. You always want to try to get rid of the crystals that spawn at the end of every stage, because if you keep them there, a lot of the time they'll just be hitbox extensions, or make your attacks come out a little bit lower. With the armored enemy, you want to throw out as many like quick attacks as possible that still do hit stun, and make sure that they don't touch the ground. So a lot of the time I'll just down tilt. That was a pretty good armored enemy one. I found that like the best place to kind of hide out for this stage is right below the right platform, before, like in the middle of the stage, or a little bit below the right platform, because that's where the majority of the enemies spawn, and you can get rid of them a lot quicker, pretty quickly. Maypul is by far the most dangerous CPU due to her seed. The Destroy the Obelisk one, I always go out of my way to, like, remove the guy quickly, kill the guy. And it takes like an extra second, but at the very least, you don't have to worry about dying when they're respawning. The send enemies into the rift can get pretty frustrating when you're trying to, like, do this without getting hit, because you could just very easily just die. They could just, like, throw out an air and then bam, you have to restart. But thankfully, this round was pretty easy, no real BS to deal with. Absorb the Light takes the longest, because I always went out of my way to, like, try to kill the enemies, so that they would never, you know, just throw out a projectile or an attack and I wouldn't be ready for it. So, you're going to see that a lot here, but it takes a little bit, because as soon as they spawn, I just try to kill them. It's, you know, early bird gets the worm. No, it's tortoise in the hare. There we go, that's the fable I want to go with. Orcane is probably, like, the most easy one. Next up here is to board the platforms, which is just 30 seconds of bullshit. It's or 20 seconds, I guess. I really hope they, like, revamp Abyss mode in the future to make, like, more mini-games and less monotony. Because this is all, like, in the same order, and it's not really that fun. There's no replay value once you get, like, once you do it once or twice. It's just a grind to get all your characters into, like, the highest level of Abyss. So this one has ended my run a couple of times just due to there being more enemies, but slowly but surely I figured out ways to deal with it, and one of those ways is to just immediately try to kill them all. Don't wait for them to come to you, because the more you wait, the more they're actionable and the more they'll throw out attacks. If you kill them immediately, they'll have less of a chance to throw out attacks. This one is annoying, but like I said, if you just kill them immediately, they won't have a chance to throw out attacks, and you can just run away. Just be careful, don't try to, like, do anything special, just play it safe. Next up is the Abyss minions, the Gatekeeper minions. This is actually, like, this was the run ender for a while, mostly because, having to dodge both is just kind of a pain in the ass, and I didn't talk about this at all in my Abyss Watcher or Gatekeeper no-hit for story mode, but these guys ruined almost all of my runs, the minions, because they felt like they were unpredictable. But this is going to be the easiest part of the run. To learn, this took me like my first try after getting to this part. But yeah, all it takes is to pull out the projectile shield for clarien, and then you go about your day. That's pretty much the entire reason why I chose clarien for this, because that projectile shield I figured would just ruin the Abyss Keeper's offense, and it does. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, that is the Abyss mode no-hit. This took me easily like over 200 tries. And it was a giant pain in the ass. I will not be doing this again in the future, or with any other character but clarien. Thank you all for watching. Toodaloo.